some 10,885 kilometers of new roads have been constructed.
Yeah, Busia. Obaya Bomodina share. Obaya Bomodina share. Namon like it and keep your comments coming. Send a system no baby na jumedi no etimi akọ eyenenim. Timestre se wonya dwane ya no bomodin na share. Ebusia yan shase abribia se ya kase black people before black people ye tan ye ho a ya na ebinom ntiase. So who se bibini ani agia na se ni yonko bibini bi ho aka Africa ku ahodoa akoso nyina no abrofo no taachire. They use our own people against us. Moti Ghana ha ena in 2011 yeku Gaddafi ya the whole Africa, more than 54 nations in Africa. Emra yeku Gaddafi. Na Gaddafi has once been the AU chairman. Gaddafi chair Kofo Kraka. Sika ahodoa Gaddafi de ma African leaders no say you can't you not believe it. Yeku Gaddafi, not even a single African leader was able to voice out say there be niamudia Gaddafi na nyanamungai. Only JJ Rawlings was able to talk. But Sambre no na JJ Rawlings onia bemu biem enti kasa na okasa ekranfa so bia maso. Yeku Gaddafi ya esai ni kuro Libya. Libya. Yeku Gaddafi ya Libya. Let me take you back to history. I believe someone na mati Thomas Sankara nka. Thomas Sankara oni mamefa ni mfoni ntwana muhuni ye. I believe someone na mati Thomas Sankara nka. Yeah. Thomas Sankara was a military leader in Burkina Faso. He led Burkina Faso for 4 good years and he was assassinated together with his some of his men and as some of his appointees. Thomas Sankara met me akase he was the Kwame Nkrumah of Burkina Faso. Now the ideas of Kwame Nkrumah, they were not Kwame Nkrumah or United Africa. Now Kwame Nkrumah any swadi hunu and Kwame Nkrumah ne da ye so no enu bi na ewo Thomas Sankara adwemu. Eti emra o seize power no o ye na dwen say o develop Burkina Faso ama Burkina Faso nso no etimi aboa other nations, etimi aboa other francophone countries na be ya obu nyina betimi ade omo ho. Na sa colonial taxes now France for edi ato omo so no onbeja itua because ebesi ne sesi amene mo kasai francophone countries in Africa are still paying huge colonial taxes to Paris. Eno ka hu bi na ama omo ntimi nko omo animo no. Eti na aye Thomas Sankara da ye so say obetimi liberate Burkina Faso. Now Burkina Faso being a francophone country, Burkina Faso is betimi aboa other francophone countries for them to liberate themselves from the hands of the oppressor, which is Paris, France. And a French for no e use sa kwa we and a sentence no. Sa kwa we muhune was screen so na oye Thomas Sankara are down for pa. Sania kotokamu etu Kwame Nkrumah the same way na akwa we so ye. Nidi at the Blaise Compaoré. Sa Compaoré was a Compaoré way. A French name with me who the way crime is pronouncing no. A Blaise Compaoré. Sa Compaoré way. Now a very good friend to Thomas Sankara. Now only Thomas Sankara na a sound quine edidie. Now only no na eton sadidie. Now a very good friend of Thomas Sankara. Enti a bar say French for who say no. Se omo yi Thomas Sankara everywhere. Thomas Sankara is fast becoming a threat to the francophone imperialism, to the francophone control, because the day that francophone Africa liberate themselves from the hands of Paris, may say French and as France will collapse one time. The very day that francophone Africa is able to liberate itself from the hands of France, the French economy will collapse because Africa and a wholly French economy. Without the French economy, and I said without Africa, the French economy will be nothing. Africa and a supportive France.
Uko France, they don't have any natural resource. Africa na feed you. Africa, French, and as France is who they are today because of Africa. Without Francophone Africa, France will be nothing. And right now, with this so-called independence, some cultural terms and conditions are any colonial taxes are Francophone Africa, Triama France. You not believe it. And look at who been ahead. Oh, the whole Africa, oh, there's what's the deal. Every French country in Africa is suffering. Yes, Africa now, so the French countries are suffering more than the English-speaking countries. A fact. Congo for with all their diamond, they are still suffering. Togo, Omo bre, Burkina for bre, Mali for bre, Niger for bre, Senegal for bre. Why? Every francophone country in Africa, they are suffering because the British, the colonial masters who are the British, are we a bit better than the French. The French are more wicked than the British. And the French are more wicked than the British. So if you happen to have France being your colonial master, it means you are doomed and doomed forever. If they should discover any natural resource on your land, don't make sure say asumdwe pa your friend asumdwe unya bi down mukrom. Sabi na ekwaso Congo. Eti Congo ansa na obeti say asumdwe aba Congo no. This omo to die morning na madam morning na sabi bia de ho biem ansa na asumdwe aba Congo. Anesa asumdwe ba ho da because of France, because of Paris. Eti French for who say Thomas Sankara Obwa na kwan na onam so no akwese kwa me nkroma de no bi oyama se ya nhwe ye na se Thomas Sankara emma French for Francophone Africa for nyina de omo ka bom against French and as a Paris, our economies will not survive. So they connived with this man, this wicked man. They connived with this wicked man who was a friend of Thomas Sankara and the DNA Blaise Compaoré. The French people connived with this man to overthrow Thomas Sankara. And na yeku Thomas Sankara ya yeku ni be and na akwawe seize power. Mutie me power. Thomas Sankara was assassinated in 1987. Yeku no Thomas Sankara was a friend of J.J. Rawlings. Not J.J. Penasep because the style and the charisma and the BBI was like J.J. Rawlings. And utina baby at Dublin House one also oku animua. Sa interchange no kanenia friend of Sankara. Kanenia friend of Sankara. Ya bayan interchange na yetuli di akweje interchange. Akweje na Sankara. Na ye friend Sankara. Rawlings the to Sankara. Because Sankara was a very good friend of J.J. Rawlings. So the French connived with this ugly man, this ugly looking man you are seeing on the screen. The French people connived with him to kill and assassinate Thomas Sankara. Ye Thomas Sankara free what pay and asakwa way efa to me, and he became a puppet of the West. He became a puppet of Paris, French, and as a France. The French people were controlling Burkina Faso through this man. Indirect rule. What Jimbayo say, when your independence is only on paper, but in a practical sense, you have no independence. They still control us through our leaders, through our puppet leaders. So we think, say, Africa, we have democracy. We have the Western world, the British, and the French, they still control Africa through our puppet leaders. That is why it's a master dear. African leader be against the Western powers. Now you're targeting dictator. Now you're demonizing. You're demonizing now. Now a son say Africa for any question they buy into the Western propaganda. Now you're boama etuna dear so hey me say. Even Idi Amin was not as wicked as the foreign media portray Idi Amin to be. Wari ni pana moda be kan kra tremune. Onya bua no wari ni pana. Ye ba ye no ye hu movies bi ye say Idi Amin or nipa nam Idi Amin oku nipa Idi Amin or ye say the kind of barbarism Stalin of Russia, Soviet Union, the kind of barbarism George Bush mo are unleashing against the world, no. Idi Amin one quarter. But today, George Bush is not demonized, but rather Idi Amin is demonized. Oh, Idi Amin, no, dictator because Idi Amin didn't want to buy into the foreign propaganda, the Western propaganda. Idi Amin wanted all those guys out of Africa for him to have hold of his country and to develop Uganda. And to most idea, any African leader be against Western imperialism, they normally tag that leader, say or a dictator, say or nye, say okum ni pasan ya ombenya bibi ejina so edi etuna so. And now I can say they are trying to use the same trick against Paul Kagame of Rwanda. And a Kagame or a dictator, Kagame or a dictator, Kagame or a dictator by a constant use of propaganda. Are sinking into the minds of the citizens. Then they'll use the citizens to rise against you and take you out of power. Obi say, please, Idi Amin didn't develop. Man kasa Idi Amin, me kasa ya muntie miye na mo process me nsem ni. Idi Amin could not develop Uganda because when he stood up against the whites made sure say he will never get that needed support to grow Uganda. And as no, na ya ji ya honche yenti, na ya foundations no, just say and shadanya strong will be asa. Says here Russia for Ukraine say you putting so much sanctions on Russia. They did the same thing to Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe is sorry against the Western world. They placed a lot of sanctions on Zimbabwe to cripple their dollar. That is why the Zimbabwean dollar has become like a sheet paper. That is why the Zimbabwean dollar has become like a sheet paper. The moment you rise against them, they'll make sure say they know say they are in hold of our countries. The moment they see say you are no longer becoming a puppet to them, they'll make sure they press you. They'll press your economy and make your people hungry. Your people will be the ones to rise against you. When your people rise against you, they take advantage and kick you out. And your Western format, or use wise up, wise. Eti French fuano use sa Kwawe Compaoré. And a Compaoré kun Thomas Sankara. And a Oruli Burkina Faso for 27 good years from 1987 to 2014. 2014 and a yetuna there so through a military coup. Yetuna there so no. And a sa Compaoré way Ojani from Burkina Echo Eya Cote d'Ivoire where he went to seek asylum. Omampenia o seeking asylum in somebody's country. Se utrim wa dwepa. Na se bwani ni utrim. Na se uye cleaner. Ye tu na dia sono. O jani from Burkina Eko Cote d'Ivoire. Se si a menemo kasei or ye citizen of Cote d'Ivoire. Ena Cote d'Ivoire for a man of citizenship. Enti military guys na omutu na dia sono. Or maybe a military tribunal. A one I try no even in his absence. Say see amenemo kasa ye buani for ya sentencing to life imprisonment. Almost say any place that this man will be found, we have to extradite him back to Burkina Faso to serve his sentence. Says here there's a diplomatic arrangement going on between Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire. Say almost say Cote d'Ivoire government, nice how Kwawe Emma Burkina for jailing in Burkina to serve as a deterrent to the traitors, saboteurs, and the puppets who want to rise in Africa to bring down the progress of this continent. Michema dear pa. And a Cote d'Ivoire for also near on what they say on penny because they are equally a French country. Near Cote d'Ivoire for penny no. And your France for na katre Cote d'Ivoire for say ebamon penny because and I'm so and I saw Kwawe Okun Thomas Sankara. This guy was working for us and let us protect him because he is safer in a fellow francophone country because French for and a control Cote d'Ivoire. Enti French for no minim say aka kire Cote d'Ivoire abo ka say Cote d'Ivoire aban ne say hwe na mo yi eye Compaoré we ama Burkina for because he was our puppet. Na ye kasa otie ni ye kasa onye maye no oyeye oboaye e maye kun Sankara. And this guy was a very good friend of Sankara. And nothing I be catching will say, the moment you see a black man laughing, happy, it means his fellow black man has fallen down. Otu Sankara pe eneshe Burkina Faso from 1987. There is no development in Burkina Faso. A common kwa, and still they are paying colonial taxes to France upon all the impoverishment, upon all the hunger, upon all the diseases, upon all the economy in Burkina Faso. No, they are still being forced to pay colonial taxes to France for the French people to keep living their dream life. All the people of Burkina Faso are dying of starvation. Etimon tiasie. In Africa for you don't seem to understand games are equals to we are seeing money. These guys are the puppets. Akufo-Addo is a puppet of UK. The president of Cote d'Ivoire is a puppet of France. Africa has been divided. Yeah? The British, that is why they brought something called, almost friend, it's a Commonwealth of Nations. There is no commonwealth between the rich and the poor. How can your slave master summon you under a common umbrella and call it Commonwealth of Nations? Where is the Commonwealth? You guys are rich, we are poor. Where is the Commonwealth? You guys are eating from the proceeds of Africa, whilst Africans continue to die of hunger, starvation, diseases, drought. All these things I've made mention of. Where is the Commonwealth? You guys are continually making sure say Africa remains at the bottom of the food chain. Where is the Commonwealth? But you see, they created that Commonwealth to bring back all their colonies under one umbrella. They'll continue to have power over you. But we are happy. Oh, Commonwealth. Oh, Ghana is a member of Commonwealth of Nations. Oh, Kenya is a member of Commonwealth of Nations. Oh, we are member. Oh, we are member. We are so happy because so the British are controlling English-speaking African countries. The French are controlling Francophone African countries. And the Portuguese are controlling Portuguese-speaking African countries like Angola, Moniade. May understand the games of these people. May me say, any African leader be a Abrofonem Penasembiano, he is the right leader for Africa. Listen to me carefully. Any African leader be a Abrofono and Penasembiano, that person is the true leader for Africa. That person is the one who can develop Africa. Nia Abrofone Penasem, Nia Abrofono e Presinono, and Pepi no ya na omu puppets. They listen to them. They control them. That is why they love them. And then they say, Abrofono, prezi Akufo-Addo. And no put say, Akufo-Addo ye puppet. And no tin Abrofone prezi. Sankiadia, Akufo-Addo Ghana mano wa dream pa. Akufo-Addo aya na dream say OCS Ghana. Me senka Abrofone penasemu da. They would have never ever praised him. And can you say one Boris Johnson at UK? There is no commonwealth between the rich and the poor. There is no commonwealth between the slave master and the slave. Listen to me. Listen to words of wisdom. There is nothing like commonwealth. They bring all of you under one umbrella to benefit from you. They bring all of you under one umbrella to make money from you. Compaoré. Even the life sentence no cry too small for him. I wish to say, Anka yem kunu and see the bush phone in say, a man of his character will never ever emerge out of this continent. Because if Africa is able to do away with men like this, Africa will begin to develop. Nanka yem breaking imaginary borders na abrafone de bre ye no and now you are Kenya, you people you are Uganda. If Ugandans come to Kenya, they are foreigners. Is that understood? Yes, sir. You are called Ghana. These guys are called Nigeria. If Nigerians come to Ghana, they are foreigners. Sack them or treat them. Is that okay? Yes, sir. You are called Nigeria. If Ghanaians cross this line, this imaginary line, and come to Nigeria, you can do anything you want to them. Is that clear? Yes, sir. A free ho Africa for now so and I'm a Ghana me a Nigeria ni we do free her. Now, so before the coming of the white people, Africa was a one land, a one continent. We were together. We had our own issues. Main Kasana issues in Europe. We had our own misunderstanding. But this kind of hatred planted into the gene, the genes and the DNA and the blood of black people, not in Europe. And then, bibini or tiny, yoko bibini say or tiny bruni. It was South Africa. Upon all Bonia abrofun diadi omono, they never rise against the whites. Abribiano, xenophobia is against their fellow black people when they are being interviewed. That's what Bishop will say. Why are they not rising against the whites? It's always against black people. They say, oh, you know, the whites are investors. They come here, they create jobs, they help us. But for these Nigerians, these Zimbabweans, these Ghanaians, and these Nigerians, they are crooks, they are drug people. They come here, they take our women, they do kwasiakika jimiesa. Why? Because the black man has been programmed to hate a fellow black man, but to love the white man. Ya brainwashing, ya psyche, ya just say, ya tie home. Now, see who brony dia, yes, amasa. See who bronia, yes, amasa. See who yanka say near dia, oh, fioko, ube ukre from ube Jimmy, oh, fioko, yan fire home. So you see how we hate ourselves. And you know, to destroy the black man is very easy because his fellow black men will help you to destroy them. To destroy Ghanaians is very easy because Ghana for now will help you destroy Ghanaians. To destroy Nigerians is very easy because Nigerians will help you do that. That's why they use this guy against Thomas Sankara. And after the fall of Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso has never ever been the same again. They suffer in the midst of plenty. There is drought, there is unrest. There is civil disobedience, civil disturbances. Burkina Faso Nankasan Ababeye a jungle of its own. Abribiano, from one military takeover to the other, from one military regime to the other. This guy ruled Burkina for 27 good years. Yemisi I will say a dear puntuo and I would meet about Burkina Faso. Not even one. Not even one. For 27 good years, wasted. Was sino because your slave master, once you are a puppet, your slave master will never advise you to develop where you come from. Because the moment you develop, the moment you are able to grow your country, for your country to also at least sit at the table of men, you will no longer become a puppet to the Western world. The Western world benefits from Africa. The Western world is continuously milking Africa dry. Everything comes from Africa. Ahana nnuane wo, ahana ensuo wo, ahana ensasepa wo, ahana bibia wo. Now so we are one because we have allowed ourselves to be manipulated. We are not bold enough to stand up to Western imperialism. We are not bold enough. That is why they control us to enrich themselves. They control us. They amass wealth at the expense of the poor African. They come to you and lie to you and say, oh, we are helping you. We are giving you grants and loans and whatever. Those grants and loans, those freebies are not what will ever liberate you from our financial constraints. Never. And what I say you can for Emma Ghana Sika. Sa Sika no bet me abwa Ghana for my Ghana for ETSC Ghana. A bin see that money that British or Britain will give to you will rather make you poor. It will do nothing for you. Internet how kwa when say ye kuni free we ase nanka ye shina busia phone na ase ye say no kwata. Tell be ya none of his blood, none of his generation will ever get the chance to lead Africa or any African country again. This guy must be killed together with his whole family. Ye chine yire na kia boni to ye chine ba ni aboni to ye chine ne na kanswani na nanum nyina na ya hwe mase amamon kura dro kokwadro asa somu na free wiase ya shishi shomu na free wiase. Life sentence is not even good enough. This guy has to die. Because Bible no crabo can say for the wages of sin is death. For the wages of sin, any man who is bold enough to take the life of another man does not deserve to keep his own life. So this guy has to go. You could not. You hanging the body. Now you did the someone is so slapping or cry. You couldn't free the you couldn't free up. Do you now understand how things work? Do you now understand how these colonial masters still manipulate Africa and control Africa? And the sad thing is, should Francophone African countries even meet at a meeting to discuss as to how to break themselves away from the funds or from the, from the hands of France, there will always be one saboteur after the meeting who will call Macron in Paris and tell him, say, hello, Macron. Oh, I said today we go meeting. I say, that leader in Cameroon, he be too low. He be na the talk say, hey, make it break away from you guys and stop the colonial taxes. Charlie, that guy they talk. I'm telling you, hey, Macron, if you guys don't take that guy out, they will really disturb you. He talk too much. He's too low. There'll be one saboteur who will call France, Paris. There'll be one saboteur who will call them and give them everything which was discussed at the meeting. They'll give them every information. They are 10 steps ahead of us because we are our own enemies. We are our own enemies. The black man is an enemy of the black man. They'll be 10 times ahead of us. Let us wise up. Let us wise up. These guys will no longer be able to manipulate Africa. And Africa will be able to put itself on a path of prosperity. Together we stand. Divided we fall. They're very simple. Opambour Prophet 1 at the Nsembia Tuja. Opambour Prophet 1 at the Nsembia Tuja. Tebusunya yenti let me okay. Yenti Opambour Prophet 1 and some of the atuja concerning E-Levy na sevia ya toaso.
E-Levy no a Ghana killer. That's right. The killer in Ghana right now is E-Levy. Se na pani for say E-Levy no ya nia tuma enia man koso. E wo say E-Levy ne agitum na mania ma e den akoso koso. Ti se ye pro yampo abaso. Pani for dia tu. Wo mo de aba. Eti ye hwe. He say ye be Ghana sanity. E-Levy aba dia. And then we say o man koso bi be e den. Ye Jesus. Na se ko pasta E-Levy abai. Sa ko yes sa dia tiatia. Jesus. Cantori alakari araba sandorika. Nation prophet. Komu chamani shemfu tukwan bi aso. No mo for me be juma. Because E-Levy ne your obiba tom sika. Obi sika ne yatetia. Yes. Nyani sika ne yatetia. Sika ne yatetia. Yarefo sika ne yatetia. Emre wani nkokore wo fie omo nana no omo bema ne omo. Wo mu sika ne yatetia. Jesus Christ. Abaya juma yeni awe ni sika free bank. Yatetia. Eti weni nya sika bi ata be na bosia be yakoje. We you what mine tima mu mavo e wo o mine mu no. Emu de pesika e yeti E-Levy. It was say ye o mine pe ne de mine. Nti sempani form na baso a omu nim san koma na ma. Na anya aba. Se omonsa enyina akowura Ghana fo anum. Sa na tie. For all the taxes are. Yes. Yes. And to me I'm sure mine. Yes. It is kakakra obi ma no obi so ya Jesus. Let us someone sa kwede akoshe Ghana fo. To some to me, and yet the Ghana for bank farmer.
Jesus.
E-Levy is a killer.
It's a killer. Gosh. Killer bond is
A killer be awesome. So you move here. Every killer. Maybe. Everybody said,
nation prophet.
yes.
What if for Yamishra? No, running your customer would have to your nation. And you're no credit. What if for taxes are yet no money in and to me are more and your man if you are. Sabi, mobile money sika. Obisika will year free bank. Now, no, make us say, what did you work for? I'm saying, pot a grand war. Pot in what prophet them say, hand on baby. Now, nation, a quackassi, Ghana pine. Burkina forecast I can see and I'm so. What did you forecast I can see and I'm so. Minkasa and yet, fine, young and warm. Yan to me, I knew Musika, told I can see a bit to me up poor. A cheer be the poor man. Didn't I ever get here?
Yeah. Enti wa wo hwe me menka ne sempo oni me be ya adwen se Opambour o sika. Enti there is a likelihood you say Opambour crumble he doesn't use mobile money or Opambour doesn't rely so much on mobile money. Eba se yem force ni se ontua nso a Opambour betimi atua. Edi bizawo se ene se Opambour mpo o sika on sheda and rely so much on mobile money mpo asori kasa se mobile money enya de ebeboa Ghana for na se me no mienu a 20 Ghana 50 Ghana 100 Ghana ye de fa mobile money so e de ma ye mpena for ne ya dofo ne ye maamenom ne ye sewanom ne ye ofate for ne ye nuanom se obetna Ghana kan we mu amane hunu we mu obra we mu asupport E-Levy na sewara me see E-Levy no men kasa too much on E-Levy again. The fact still remains. I have ordered members of Free Mind family and I said my dog for me fans any more am me am time mudi na mutie me on daily basis say boycott E-Levy, go and withdraw your money. Don't wait till May for the E-Levy to take effect. Go and withdraw your money today. You will not die without E-Levy. You will not die without mobile money services. You will not die. We were living comfortably before even the introduction of mobile money services. So without it, you and I will not die. Save your money somewhere in your room. This is the time for you to even save your money because you are too tempted to spend. Eti munyi musika na monfansi o modemo. Munyi musika free the mobile money accounts. Munyi musika. I keep telling you people, boycott mobile money services. Yenchra bani say ye near break. You say me who say and since because of social media, the government is now threatening to even stop panic withdrawals. And they cannot do foku. Boycott it. The government has the power to, bring it to effect any law or bill or whatever. Now so Sawosha Mera, now the Ghana for ye or more adjust or munisua, Embra ayamquasi ambra ayambra hunu. Muntia me pao. Say Abano Shambra, now the Ghana for ye or more adjust Embrano or munisua, Embrani yambra hunu. Intimesre, yenya jin cro, yenka yahu emum na yentia say. Whichever party you belong to, so yen NDC, so yen NPP ni, say Ghana mine yeshia, it doesn't know NDC, it doesn't know NPP. See a talk full or more. Ungo full tro, am I misa say which party do you belong to? There be ye misa party. Saoko a drum na sa auto ediania, ye misa party. Saoto da kuno wache ne, fufuo ni adia, ye misa party. 10 Ghana, 10 Ghana for everybody. 20 Ghana, the same price for everybody. 50 Ghana, the same for everybody, irrespective of your party or tribe or whichever affiliation. Let us realize that and come together and fight against the oppressor. Let us come together and show this government to say, We are more united than before. We the people are more together, are more united above partisan tribalistic politics.
Enough. A word to the wise is enough. Yeah. A word to the wise is enough. I've made my point very clear. And I'll keep telling you, say, boycott mobile money services. Boycott mobile money services. Boycott mobile money services. And for the collective good. And for our own good. And said it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Yabusianfo made them way besia. Send Yamuina Munimno, Midi, at the chairman, Freeman. It's about this year. Yeah, I'm more modena, mon share, na mon like it, and keep your comments coming in now. A boa Emma, Jumedieno, it me echo name. Yabusianfo, Madame Winamase, Marvero, Medase, let me read some of the comments from here. Marvero, okay, Parker, Amwa, or say, can I call? Parker, sorry, next time no maybe a phone lines, and then my name say maybe a phone lines. Emmanuel Kofi or say, let's find way to get good person who can come and do better for Ghana. Okay, thank you so much, Emmanuel. Okay, or say, Jordan Alomenu, or say, what's your MTN number? My MTN number could be refim pool. It's as I'm using for foreign lines. Refim MTN number. No, sorry. And Edward Yabua, I'll say it's as simple as that. Thank you so much, Edward. Mena Parker, I'll say I'm talking about calling you privately. Parker, maybe I'm bare 1 hour, why not me rest take a crack. After 1 hour, no, you can call. No problem with that. And okay. Wafapia, I'll say well done, big bro. Thank you so much, Wafapia. Madam Namase Busunya, thank you so much for your love and support all these years being on social media. It's not been easy, but at least with you people on my side. There is no bridge that Freeman family cannot cross. There is no obstacle that we cannot overcome. Medamu inamase ahaya ena medemu ibesisi. Sanya mu inamu nimno midin the chairman Freeman Pakram.